Welcome aboard, my pretties. Welcome to another SoCal Sound Session. Julie Slater, Midday host. I am here with two members of Girl and Girl. We've got Kai and also Aunt Liz. Do you go by Liz?
Liz, Melissa.
Melissa.
Yeah, I get lots of names.
I know that this could be an old story for you guys, but the first time I found out, being an aunt of about 1 billion nieces and nephews, and so you're Kai's aunt. Can you just briefly tell us the story of how you got in the band? And I love this whole thing. You're touring. I mean, what is going on?
You do it.
I do it? Okay.
I'm done.
Kai, I used to live across the road from where Kai lives, and it's in a valley, and I would walk my dogs through his place pretty much daily. And he had started a band, was in the process of starting a band with our guitarist Jaden, and had a few other people involved and stuff. And I was walking down past the garage underneath the house, and they were jamming, and I had previously been teaching him drums, so he had a drum kit in there as well, and I just jumped on drums and had a jam with them and helped them sort their songs out, and it just sort of went from there.
And then we begged her to stay.
Yeah, I was only going to stay until they found somebody their own age, which really made more sense. But
you were doing the job just
well. I really enjoy the music that he's writing, so I can play around and be expressive on the drum kit and do what I like, and usually.
That's pretty wild. So how long have you been in the band?
Since the beginning, 6 years.
Yeah.
Essentially, like me and Jaden, we were messing around for, I don't know, maybe a year before you joined.
Yeah.
But, just, I don't know, playing Beatles covers, nothing serious.
Yeah, it's been an amazing thing to watch, like the growth, and just from the beginning, and listening to him playing chords and getting chords together. It's like, I don't know how to write the words. I'll just write them. And he's so smart and quick. He just picks it all up. And
it's great to have an aunt in the band. Like, he's the best.
He doesn't always fix it. I cramp his style so much.
So how is that touring, like being related? I mean, there's a lot of family bands, but I don't know if there's that many like aunt and nephew bands.
It's a very unusual situation that we're in this.
It is, but at the same time, it's, like we spend a lot of time together. Like we run a business together, we play in a band together, we live just down the road from each other, But at the same time, any kind of conflict, it's different fighting with your family, because there's that kind of like underlying security in a sense, whereas fighting with people who aren't your family, that's a bit more terrifying. I don't know, I kind of feel like you have that safety net of
I'll always love you,
below the business, below everything, we're family and we love each other, and there's kind of that kind of thing, which is nice in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we hate each other.
That's very cute.
It has
I can't wait
challenges,
to talk to you guys in like maybe 5 years from now. You're not. Oh, you guys aren't speaking anymore. Okay.
Different interview.
Honestly, if it ever came to that point that it affects the relationship that much, I think it would just be him going off and
he would
his own
leave the
thing.
band because you'd keep the band for yourself, right? Sorry, Kai. You're
I'm
out.
absolutely nothing without him. So.
That's very cute. Okay, you guys are from Australia. What was the first time as a band you came to the U.S. and where did you play?
South by Southwest, Austin, Texas. I think we did.
Which year?
Much.
This year.
This was your first time?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
first
we
time
haven't
ever.
been.
Oh my God, you played our Radio Day stage.
Yeah.
So we're the ones that brought you here?
Yeah.
You're
This is
responsible.
insane.
And here we are.
Oh my gosh, that's so fun.
Yeah.
How was South by?
It's awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think we did 9 shows.
9 shows in 5 days,
Which
yeah.
apparently were low numbers. But it nearly broke me.
That is a lot.
It was a lot.
No, it was fantastic. We had a really, really positive response, and people were coming out to shows, and I got to see a bunch of I discovered heaps of really great new bands as well. Funnily enough, at a lot of like Australian bands I'd never seen before, and seen them.
I thought you guys all knew each other.
I thought so too.
That's fun.
But yeah, no, it was great. It was really great.
And now you just played the Ford last night? Or Fonda, I'm sorry.
Fonda.
Yeah,
Fonda.
yeah.
How was that?
Yeah, that was fun as well.
It was amazing. Awesome big stage. Beautiful theatre.
Was that your first show in LA?
Yeah.
Yeah, first time in LA. First
Wow.
time.
Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome. Really, really good.
And you just got back from Joshua Tree. Why were you guys there, and what were you doing? And was there a lot of drugs in the mix?
No.
I'm kidding. You don't have to answer that.
No comment. We're just on our way.
Harrison
Did
Did
suggested...
you pop there just to hang out?
We stopped, did about 5-minute stops and had a look at a few different locations and just the drive-through. It was really just opportunity that Harrison, our tour manager, suggested that we go through Joshua Tree, and it's like, it's really nice playing in the big cities but also getting out and seeing the natural environment around the place, to see the difference in the environment between Australia and here, and this. Yeah, driving up from Texas, it was so flat, and then to hit the mountains and...
I've heard the drive through Texas is pretty brutal. It's very long, it takes forever, and it's like the same scene.
I loved it.
I think we did about
Did you
2.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
The country here is just like, I love it so much. And through the top end of Texas is especially beautiful. I guess it gets a little bit repetitive. But all like your oil pump things and like, I don't know, I feel like I'm in a movie.
Hilarious.
It's really great. And then heading into Vegas, that was insane. Like there's that path through the mountains that I felt like I'd seen out of Lord of the Rings or something. And then you get to Vegas.
And I mean, you probably... So was this your first visit to the U.S.? I mean, when you came to...
Austin,
even like going to Vegas. I mean, it must be funny to see Vegas in person after seeing it in all these movies. Like, is this
even
real?
Last night in LA, like...
Sunset Strip or something,
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't go anywhere apart from there and 2 blocks around, but it's just like, oh, it's nothing like the TV.
That's funny.
It's interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
I love it. Okay, you guys have the brand new record, which is coming out, Call a Doctor. It comes out a week from today, but also, well, by the time this airs, it'll be out already, so everyone can check it out. Tell us about, I feel like there's a big, I was interviewing the band Real Estate, and they kind of said, well, the name of a record doesn't matter. I mean, kind of, maybe. But, Call a Doctor is one of the songs on the album, and also you decided to title it. Yeah. So that's a big doing. Give me the vibe behind all that.
Yes, it's essentially, the idea was it to be a sort of concept album, and I kind of threaded that doctor theme throughout.
I see you're dressed up as a doctor. You've always wanted to be an MD.
No, I have no interest in being a doctor. It's more of a metaphorical, it's my inner doctor helping me, I think, is the idea. And yeah, Call a Doctor is that sort of title track. Intro and Call a Doctor are essentially the same song. We just split it in half to make it radio friendly. We just played it. And I didn't tell you that it was actually 2 songs. So we actually played 4 songs.
You cheated.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Loophole. Yeah, and that was, once that was finished, it was like, that felt like a big, huge sort of musical number to me. And then I kind of wanted to keep along that theme of being really dramatic and this sort of hypochondria doctor stuff, which has been a very prevalent theme throughout a lot of my life.
From what I've read recently, there's a lot of things that keep you up at night.
Yeah.
You want to name some of them?
Harrison, not me.
Harrison, right. Yeah. Oh, that's... when we tour, I have to... I'm a very sensitive boy, and I have to put my mattress on the floor and then flip the frame and build a little bed for it.
Like a fort?
Yeah.
All right.
Because sleep...
Safety zone?
And I get bullied from all angles for this, but sleep is a very personal, vulnerable thing, and I don't want people looking at me whilst I'm doing it. Like, when are you more defenseless in your life than when you're asleep, you know? I want to feel like I'm alone. So I flip the frame, and I sleep in my little...
Did you ever think of just buying an eye mask?
Physical aspects need to be involved. My brain isn't that powerful.
Oh, that's very funny.
It is very
So
funny.
that's one of the things I think about whilst on tour, is Harrison looking at me.
Your tour manager through the window? Is he doing like a I see you, I'm watching you,
through
don't
the
mess
cracks.
this up?
Yeah.
Are you awake, Kai?
Okay, what about the song Hello? You make some references to The Sound of Music in there.
Yeah.
what's going on?
Well, yeah, that's kind of continuing to sort of tie in the theatrical aspect of the record. Yeah, and weirdly enough, I've kind of like thought about this. The theatrics were important to me in the sense that that's how I could be as honest as possible with the lyrics. The more overdramatic and melodramatic I was, the more honest I could be. Whereas if I was being sincere, I don't know, I kind of struggle to approach it. Because then it's just depressing. But if I'm kind of tricking myself into deep diving into all of my feelings and stuff. So yeah, they're kind of like poking fun at it and adding that little musical part was all sort of...
I liked your record label had a description of your music. Feeling down never sounded so goddamn good. That's Sub Pop. And I think that's
sweet, isn't it?
It's kind of a cool... I love really depressing music sometimes. I can really get into it.
Yeah.
Like Radiohead's one of my favorite bands. But it is fun to listen to music that you have a deeper meaning, but you're like pulling it up, Yeah. You have so much energy. Even just watching you here, it's really infectious and it's fun to listen to.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of, I guess, get taken over live and stuff. And it is, a lot of it is really, really personal stuff that I'm saying. And yeah, like I say, I don't even really realize until I sit down after I've written a song and I'm like, oh my God, that is very, I'm talking about a lot of stuff. Especially that title track is, it goes into a lot of difficult things.
My mind keeps going back to the fort. Do you have any pictures?
Yeah, I do. I actually do.
I can show you later.
Post them on
Oh my gosh, that's really funny.
TikTok.
All right, what about, you also played the song Strangers. I was playing that with Jason Friday, who's also on the air here, and we were trying to label is this band post-punk? You're kind of post-surf rock. Were you a surf rock fan, growing up, listening?
Well,
Strangers has a surf
what bands
vibe
would
to
you consider surf rock?
Gosh. I mean, just even thinking of a harder core of a Beach Boys-ish, but, I don't know. It just gave me a vibe of that.
Yeah, okay. I kind of grew up on sort of Fiddler, Together Pangea, Parquet Courts, all that kind of stuff. And I don't know if that resonates. I don't really know what surf rock is. I guess...
To me, it's it's a sound.
Yeah.
I guess it's a very LA-ish kind of beach rock.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know.
interesting. Yeah, I haven't heard that described like that before. We've always described it as a country song, as a
that's
cowboy
funny.
song.
Which kind of, it lends itself to the Western side of things more live, I think, than the actual recording of things. But to me, that track's more I don't know, Gun Club kind of. I don't know, that's where I got from that.
What song on your new album, Call a Doctor, what songs for the two of you, if you had to pick one that, wow, this one ended up being my favorite, or unusually favorite?
Let me get my arm out. Oh boy.
Oh my gosh, that's
That's
funny.
my first and only ever tattoo, and it's my favorite song that I ever wrote.
I love it. You got a tattoo from it.
Yeah. Is that lame?
No, that's awesome.
There's a couple of songs on there
Well, you
actually.
gotta pick one. That's the rule.
I'm going to pick two.
You only get to
three.
pick one.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
You're not running the show.
Well, I do love Maple Jean and the Anthropocene. It's really fun to play and it's got a sweet little story. But in saying that, I love Our Love as well. So I got one.
So why do you love Oh Boy so much that you tattooed it?
I don't know. I don't know. I was very proud of it. The tattoo is more kind of representative of the whole record itself. I don't know, recording this whole process has been very significant for me. I don't think I've ever sort of committed myself in such a way to anything in my life. So that tattoo is kind of representative of someone I didn't think I was capable of being, in a way. And it talks quite a bit about that in the intro. It's kind of half committing to everything so that you're never held completely responsible. But now it's well, no, I fully committed and you can hold me responsible, and that's kind of what that's all about.
Where did you guys record the album and how long did it take to record?
What are the Sundowner Studios?
Yeah, Sundowner Sound.
They're our manager's studio.
Oh, management built it.
In Melbourne.
Yeah.
It's kind of a, it's like this hollowed out sort of industrial block, and our manager just built this by hand insane
amazing.
studio.
And it wasn't quite finished before we went in. We had 2 weeks before we were going in, and we're like, we're going to come and do it there. Andrew's like, oh.
Yeah, we kind of pressured him into finishing it in 2 weeks.
It's amazing, really amazing.
And then we got Burke Reed came in. I think he's done, Julie Jacqueline and
Courtney
Barnett and stuff like that. And he came and we just spent 2 weeks. It was kind of like 2 weeks of 12-hour days, just like...
Yeah, it was an amazing experience.
It was really, really intense.
Yeah, he was awesome to work with.
Burke was fantastic, really friendly guy. Yeah, we'd never spent so much time in a studio. The first 2 EPs were about 2 days each. You just go in and live track it and you're done. So when they were like, oh, you'll have 2 weeks and we're flying this person in, I was like, it's going to be a freaking holiday. I can't wait.
And then you had to work like 12-hour days.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, wow, this is a lot of work.
Most intense experience of my life. And I never left the industrial complex. I forgot what the world looked like.
Yeah.
That's super fun. So how much time have you spent in LA? Did you just get here? And that's
Five,
it.
Yeah.
5 o'clock
Anything
last night.
stuck out that you...
Yeah, the tacos stall on the corner, the one with the red.
You like the tacos, hey?
Fantastic
There's tacos everywhere, which is delicious.
This is a
That's the
specific
thing.
red gazebo one on the corner just down the road from the Fonda. It was some of the best.
Oh. I don't know if I've gone to it.
It's
I'll have to hit it.
Yeah.
Red tacos, is it a stand or an actual place?
Just like a gazebo, stand
Yeah.
thing. Everyone in the Fonda was like, go to the red place.
We'll go to the red place. We'll all meet for tacos. Well, thank you guys so much for coming by, Girl and Girl. It's
Thank
really
you.
been a pleasure to have you here. The new album, Call the Doctor, is on the radio now. Julie Slater from the SoCal Sound. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks so much, Julie.
Thanks for having us.